Welcome back. We are going to look now at some more details of how AudioGo measures its marketing campaigns. One of the critical pieces of measurement in marketing is called impressions. So here is the word impression. Now, for AudioGo, they consider an impression when a person hears the ad or sees the display graphic. So imagine that this person is listening to Pandora and an ad comes across Pandora. That person just had an impression. We call that an impression. So we would consider that one impression, whether they heard the audio or looked at the display graphic. That's one impression. One impression for the audio, one impression for the display graphic. Now we measure this in something called CPM. That is cost per milli. Now, milli stands for 1,000. So you'll often see when we look at this, we'll say the cost of our audio ads is $18 CPM. So that's per 1,000 impressions. So Tide is gonna spend $18 to have 1,000 people listen to their ad. They're gonna spend $8 to have 1,000 people look at their display graphic. Now listen, I just said listen and look. That is impression. Well, conversion is when the person takes the call to action. In this case, it's clicking the link on the display graphic. So you as the digital marketer are going to create the display graphic, and you're going to set it up so that if somebody clicks this, it's going to bring them somewhere. Now Tide has asked that when someone clicks on this, they want it to come to their Amazon listing page because apparently they want to drive more online sales. So when this person clicks on this link, that's called a conversion. You've converted that person, that impression, and we measure that in CPM, cost per milli. So let's go look at what that looks like. So we measure that in percentage. So we measure this in percentage. So we measure conversion in percentage. So let's go look at that. So we talk about a conversion rate. Now, so let's imagine that historically, on a kind of across the board on our self-service platform, we're getting about a 2% conversion rate. Whereas with our ad execs platform, because we can do so much better targeting, we're getting about a 6% conversion rate. And because we're guaranteeing that we're getting the graphic in front of the user. So let's look at what that looks like. So self-service 2% conversion rate. That means if we had 1,000 people get impressions, 20 people would convert. That's what 2% looks like. So if we looked at that, so that's Tide spending $18 to get 20 people to click the button to go to their Amazon site. Okay, well, what about ad execs? It's a 6% historically, on average, 6% conversion rate. Well, if 1,000 people had impressions, 60 people would convert. 60 people would convert. So that's interesting. So that's what conversion rates look like, and impressions. Impression is you're just listening to the audio and looking at the graphic, but you're not necessarily taking action. And conversion rate is when the user actually takes action on the ad that you've created. You've converted them.